Detailed leisure study of the most sublime Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayana Smriti Moksha Prakarana Shastra we are doing here. Welcome you all, those who are making it a habit to listen every day. Once in a while, listening to satsang and every day listening to has a Jamin Asman difference. This commitment of being regular tunes us to the Shastra, to the subject matter, to the Guru who has given us Vaashishthaji and Vishwamitraji, and even to the Lord, Rama being the audience there, so too to the ultimate truth. May our this consistent effort be recognized by the Lord. May He bless us with the ability to grasp that sublime truth and that grasped knowledge be always be on the surface of our awareness availability. Rather, we are living that knowledge only every moment. So wait, may we pray for that. Third Utpatthi Prakaranam, 31st Sarga of this Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, Yuddha Prekshika Sthitha AMBARA VARNANAM. In that we are saying who are they stationed in the sky coming from all worlds to watch this Yuddha of the Sindhu Raja taking the help of Samanta Rajas attacking Leela's husband who is the king there at that time. So from that our learnings are there are beings who are beyond this Tula Jagat too in different lokas with their own specific Shaktis, right? And there are the destinations we reach after the work done here, after leaving the body to different places. So whatever we are doing here, individually or collectively, depending on what we are doing, the waiting is there done by the subtle beings there. Here what is mentioned, if you see, which we'll again see, the Yamadutas also will be there to take to Naraka. The Vishnudut or the uh, yeah, Devadutas also will be there to take to the SWARGA. And the others, as calculated by Yamaraj and Chitragupta, will be taken to different lokas. As we saw in Upanishads like Mundaka Adi, in case of sadhakas, when they leave the body, or yajnas, upasanas, those who have done, welcoming them with all the wonderful flowery language, they are taken to Indraloka, to the Brahmaloka, and they are provided those beautiful facilities. Something like in this world too, you see the beings of different grades, levels, abilities, achievements received differently by the receivers at various occasions. So here also from this what we have to learn is when we leave this body, if we are very saintly uh, in all our attitudes and sadhanas and not yet reached Aham Brahmasmi. If we reach Aham Brahmasmi, then Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti, as we are seeing, we have seen in Vakyavritti Grantha. If not, but great way life lived, so we are welcome to the higher worlds. In some cases, for that person's great yajnas done, Indra Bhagavan himself comes to take, not sending only Indra Dutas or the Devaduta. Indra himself, like the VVIP from other country comes, our own Prime Minister goes to receive, isn't it? Because of the importance of that person. Here also, that you see. So, what are the things that are to be learned here? One is till Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti gained, or Aham Chidakavashosmi, Chidaka, till that time the Jiva Bhava maintained that Jiva, as a follow of his karmas done here, he will be subjected or taken to different lokas. That is the main thing that is to be learned here. Okay. Not that we are doing whatever we are without anybody's noticing or knowledge. No, no. Samashti is watching. The Samashti will take actions or give us the due result as we live. And many other things as the topic goes. Let us see. Hope we will conclude today this sarga. Maybe we don't know because Sri Rama's Uttama Prashna and Bhagavan Vaashishthaji's Atyuttama Uttara, that also we have to study. Let's see. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Om Yairime Guruvihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatāh Sarva Vedantāh Satchastraha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि समस्त उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण आदि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगणं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीवसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायण स्मृतिमोक्षप्रकरणशास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्तिप्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने युद्धप्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर वर्णनम नाम एकत्रिंशः सर्गः. So friends, yesterday we gave you the whole detail. I took 10 to 12 minutes to explain. We have taken about the entire Leela Upakhyana summary. Right from Vaashishthaji starting to narrate the story of Leela and Padma, their good qualities and all of that. Right now the topic is Leela and Mother Saraswati have, reached to that loka, that rajya of her husband who was Padma died now. He is now in the different rajya. And that rajya is in again Bharatavarsha. That Bharatavarsha naturally in the Bhubhaga. Then that Bhubhaga Bhumandala naturally is in Brahmanda. And that Brahmanda is altogether different from this Brahmanda of Padma and Leela. And Leela, uh, seeing that Brahmanda traveling where? In that Raja Padma who died, whose dead body is there, in that Antapura, in that Akasha, in an Ativahika Rupa, they traveled, crossed this Brahmanda and the Avaranas. Next Avaranas they crossed, they entered into Brahmanda. In between, what were there, we don't know so many. But their target being that husband's place to go, therefore they reached to that Brahmanda. And this Rajya of Raja Padma, whose dead body is there, whose wife Leela here, worshipping Mother Saraswati, etc. This entire kingdom is in the Akasha of what? The Brahmana Vaashishtha, you know that in their Graha Akasha, in that Parvataranya, in that Girigrama, in that house, in that Akasha, is this thing, the entire Raja's Raja, and in that Antapura Akasha, he is this, that Brahmanda. So, when you listen to these things, in the beginning days, nothing is understood. In our case, in the middle days and end days, also nothing. But then, after many listenings, it starts clicking to us that in the Chitta Kalpana, the Desha and Kala, all of them have no any type of standardized things. Even if they are there, the Jiva Bhava can travel transcending all these things, that being Sukshma. All those sublime understandings will dawn in us. This is the meaning of expansion in knowledge. Mind you, one side, Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam, we have to strengthen and identify with that. Going on, other side, even though projected the entire universe and cosmic, Knowledge, slowly we can gain, nothing wrong. Simultaneously, in the present Deha Sharira around us, whatever is happening, seeing that, knowing what's our duty, responsibility, that also diligently, systematically we can do. Isn't it? That's how a human being's evolution. Other than that, all the wretched involvements with one Sharirendriya in small little bhogas of the world as a jiva is a lowest level of life. He is a tamoguni. Ana? Tamoguni, rajoguni, they indulge in the nidra bhoga, vishaya bhoga. Sattoguni enjoys the jnana and yoga. And in that also there is joy. Realizing that there is joy, sublime joy, self-respecting joy, divine beautiful joy in that sattva related activities. Discovering that is maturity. If that's not there, then everybody should have involved only in nidra and vishaya bhoga. Are there not, even though small in number, the people who are reveling in knowledge, who are reveling in punya karmas, divya karmas, yajna karmas, they are there. That means if the joy is not there, they would have not done, no. Like if there is no joy to me, why will I do this satsang of hours together every day? It is satvika sukha. We have to recognize it. And there is sukha also in indriyas, vishayas, that is rajasika sukha, endowed with so many side effects. The tamasika sukha, the nidra adi, is absolutely stagnancy in our life, no evolution at all. So what we are saying is why we have to study these shastras. Keep expanding the knowledge. The more the knowledge we gain, the more the mistakes and shortcomings are avoided. Okay. Now come in this place. They have reached to that Rajya at the very same time. There is a Raja of Sindhu Desha with the Samantas has attacked the Raja who is Leela's husband. All the explanations yesterday, so many we gave. That's why it took time. That when she saw her husband, the Raja, earlier time when he didn't recognize her, at that time he was just enjoying with all the Samanta king seated there doing namaskar, mantri is there, the music dance going on. This time when she went, the enemies have attacked her. So what it means? The whole world continuously changing, we are trying to with the individual and total sankalpas and actions. And all the jivas in the ignorance level identified with the jiva bhava and upadhis keep on doing the sankalpas and the actions. Thus, the whole world is nothing but the sankalpa and karma of the Ishvara in his samashti and the jivas in their vyashti. That's how the natak is going on, going on. That is why the Srushti is inexplicable, unimaginable, unfathomable. What time, what, when happens, we don't know. Isn't it? Even though the Ishvara is again and again trying to streamline everything, he goes on doing. That is what is Ishvariya Shakti. Again, with the freedom given, the Jivas, they keep on doing works. Paramatma has to give them their follow. No, like in a marketplace or in a very busy road without the लाल बत्ती or traffic police, कौन कहाँ से आता है? Terrible यार it is. आजकल तो और भी बढ़ गया traffic. People's mobility also increased more. They want to travel. Very chaotic. Stula Rupena is an example that in the subtle world too, in this way, through karma and karma phala, so many things are happening continuously. Think about it. Let all these things make some sense in our understanding. That's what we are discussing this for. Now, in that Yuddha Bhumi pe Yuddha, in the Akasha, to see that Yuddha, various beings have come. Description of them is this Sarga. Yuddha Prekshika Sthitha Ambara Varnanam. So yesterday we saw Navaschara Gana Akrantam Ambudairiva Malitam. So entire Navaha Akasha is Akranta occupied by Navaschara, those who can travel in the space by them. Like the Ambuda Malitam, the cluster or the chain of the clouds. Who are they? Siddhacharana Gandharvagana Vidyadharanvitam. So Siddhagana, Charanagana, Gandharvagana, Vidyadharagana, they all have visited. That means they came to know what WhatsApp message they received, what email, Gmail, Twitter they got. We don't know, but they all have come to know that यहाँ युद्ध चल रहा है, चल देखते हैं. So Siddha, Charana, Gandharva, Vidyadhara. Then they are all there to visit. They came to see. Then Shura Grahana Samrabdha Swarga Loka Apsaro Vrutam. From the Swarga Loka, the appointed Apsaras have come to take the Shura Ganas who are going to die in that Yuddha to the Swarga Loka. They are appointed for that purpose. So Siddha Charana Gandharva Vidyadhara, ek set of beings that are there clustered in that Akasha Sukshma Rupena, they are watching that Yuddha. Then the Apsarogana from this Swarga, they have come collecting, wanting to, waiting to collect the Shuragana, the Shura Jivas who die there. Ab Jeev ko to le jana hai because he has died in the Yuddha, so he deserves the Swarga Ityad. Then Rakta Mamsonmukha Unmatta Bhuta Raksha Vijachakam. Bhutas, Rakshas, Pishachakas, who are there for the consumption of the Rakta and Mamsa of all those, not only human beings who die there, whatever the animals, they are, says the elephants, what they bring as their vehicles, Vahanas, we don't know, no? तो वो भी मरेंगे or with that arrows shot at each other. Other animals around there also can die. Innocent animal they are going. ये जाकर लग गए. Like when the bombing is done, whether in Gaza or in Ukraine, not only human beings died, millions and millions of animals also died. Uncountable. Pakshiganas have died, so many of them. Think about it. So these Bhuta Preta Pishachagana for consuming the Rakta Mamsa, they also there waiting. That's a different group. So from this you can have an idea that even on the Bhuloka, the same beings taking the Manushya Sharira, they live. That's why some are looking like Apsara Rupa, some are looking like the Devata Rupa, some are like Siddhacharana Gandharva Yaksha, and many are there like Bhuta Preta Pishacha, killing others, looting others, cheating others, plundering others. You can see the people of different types. Another example, you may get frightened or become angry with me. Each of us, too, in our course of life, at our different modes of ignorances, desires, at different modes of our insistences and arrogances, we only behaved. Sometimes bhuta, preta, vishacha, sometimes wise people. You are in the class now, like a Siddha Charana, Gandharva, Vidyadhara. We ourselves also different, depending on our modes or gunas, we also behave differently. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? ये सबसे क्या पकड़ना है फिर? As we train our antakarana, which is a part of prakriti, so we become good or bad. Other than that, going beyond them, we realize Siddhakasha, our essential nature, which is the ultimate goal to understand and accept, which here we are every day studying our Shastras. Right, friends? Now, next one. Mm, Pushpa Vrishtivir Apaurana Hasta Vidyadhara Anganam. So Vidyadhara Anganas, the women folk from Vidyadhara Loka, having the Pushpa Vrishtis in their hands, keeping ready and maybe showering those flowers also, Stula Sukshma Rupena. As I told you, a big contingent from other country, VVIPs come. If they are from more countries too, you understand, wherever the venue in that place, let's say India, so from some colleges and schools, some other departments, the people are appointed there for doing different activities. The cultural shows करने वाले होते हैं, उसमें singers are different, the dancers are different, etc. So the other dining arrangements करने वाले, then those who are there, उनको accommodation department are there, different people. So here also these Vidyadhara Anganas are ready with the flowers for Pushpa Vrishti for the valorous, fearless fighting by that Yodha and died. Now he is being flowered. That's how Vidyadhara Anganas are seen by Leela and Saraswati. Leela might be asking, "Arre, who are they? Who are they? Who are they?" माता सरस्वती डिस्क्राइब कर रही, ये करके श्री राम जी को वशिष्ठ जी भी बता रहे. नेक्स्ट, वेताल यक्ष कूष्मांडैर द्वंद्वालोकन साधरैः आयुधापात रक्षार्थम गृहीताद्रितटैर्वृतम. There are some Vetalas, Yakshas, Kushmandaha, Dandva Alokana Sadharaihi. They are interested always in seeing that Yuddha. That is their nature. You know, even in human beings also, there are some people take the maja of two people fighting. घर पड़ोस में कोई मियाँ बीवी लड़ रहे हैं, that also they enjoy. Or on the road, if two people travelers are fighting for no reason, they enjoy it. And they enjoy those type of wars between animals to yuddha. And finally, they like those movies where full action thriller fighting. You can imagine they are the type of Kushmanda, Vetana, and Yaksha. And then they also will be hit by the arrows, no? And that's why Ayuda Apata Rakshartham, to protect themselves from being hit by the Ayudas. Gruhita Adritatair Vratam, they are all clustered and collected in the sides of the Agdri, the mountains. देख रहे लेकिन माउंटेन्स के पीछे चुप कर देख रहे ताकि उनको आयुध न लगे. The सूक्ष्म आयुधास will hit them also. Then अस्त्रमार्ग नभो भाग विद्रवद्भूत मंडलम आहो पुरुषिका क्षुब्ध प्रेक्षकामोदनोद्भटम. So astra marga nabho bhaga, the space where the astras are traveling from one to the other, to it, in that space, vidravat bhuta mandalam, the variety of beings who are running to protect themselves from those arrows. Then aho purushika kshubdha prekshaka amodana udbhatam. So aho purushika akshubdha, some people who are watching and saying the words that it is wonderful, wonderful, seeing that Prekshaka Amodana Udbhatam, the Bhattas also are inspired and fighting the war more powerfully. है ना? So therein then only शाबाशी चल रहा है, वो लोग फिर like any दंगल में you can see that, no, when somebody दूसरे को wrestling में पटक देता है, so there the large shouting that gives inspiration this fellow, again he tries to do. So in that way, those bhattas are more inspired listening to these great words of people. Very good, well done, vagara words. So to asanna bhima sangramam kim vadanti parasparam leelahasa vilasotka sundari dhruta chamaram. Asanna bhima sangramam kim? Is it not a very powerful, terrible, ferocious war? We might have not seen this in our life. पहले कभी हुआ भी नहीं होगा. ये तो देवदानव संग्राम की ही तरह है. In this way, vadanti parasparam, the people are talking to each other. In the Sukshma Rupa, the Lalita, Leela and Saraswati are listening to that. Then Leela Hasa, Vilasa, Utka, Sundari, Dhruta Chamaram. There are so many Sundaris holding the Chamara, the hand panka, and they are Leela Hasa Vilasa. They are in a Leela Rupa, Hasa Vilasa they are doing. Leela means playful because they are trained for that. Hasa means smiling. Vilasa means that beautiful expression. So Utka means extensive or extreme. Way Sundari Dhruta Chamaram. So for them, such wars are very common होते रहते हैं. So whoever are in the dharma paksha, when they come, they do the chamara, or they may be feeling very hot there because of the crowd. अपने हाथ में पंखा लेकर खुद अपने लिए कर रहे. Isn't it? You can see in some of those programs during summer time, if they are there, people carry their own. आजकल इलेक्ट्रिकल छोटे पंखे भी आ गए, इधर उधर लगा सकते हो अपने फेस के सामने. इट विल गिव यू द हवा. क्या क्या डिस्कवर कर रहे बाबा. नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, धर्मा प्रेक्ष्य प्रयुक्ताग्र्य मुनि स्वस्थेयन स्तवम संपन्नानेक लोकेश वनितावसरस्तवम. So dharma aprekshya, because their various sadhanas, they got the siddhis to see. Therefore, they came to see. Who are they? Muni, Prayuktagriya Muni, the Muni Ganas, who have come to see. Swasti Ayana Stavam. They are doing the Ayana Stava of the Swasti. Swasti Ayana Stava. Either they do the Swasti Vachana of the Yuddha should get subdued, or the Swasti means may the good get victory, the bad be defeated. सच का जय हो, धर्म का जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो. इस तरह मुनि लोग आर डूइंग देयर स्वस्थेनम. सो टू संपन्न अनेक लोक ईश वनिता अवसर स्तवम. सो अनेक लोक ईश वनिता, अनेक लोक वेरियस वर्ड्स, ईशा द लॉर्ड्स लीडर्स, वनिता देयर फैमिली मेंबर्स, they have come and they are also doing stavam. They are also watching. So they are enjoying that yuddha. Whoever is fighting well, they are what do you say? Praising them. Now remember, they are in a different loka, so they are aware about the body and its limitation. They are aware about the death. After death, what happens? They know that the jivas will be taken to different worlds depending upon the papa. Therefore, like we who are oblivion about what happens after the death, that we are afraid, we are frightened, they are not, because they know ये जो युद्ध कर रहा है वो शरीर छोड़ के इधर आएगा, उसका मरण तो नहीं होगा. They know it. There was that type of fear, excitement, sentiment, emotions as we have. यार एक दूसरे को मार के मर रहे, क्या होगा? Because we don't know what happens after the death. That's why we have that question mark. But they don't have. Therefore, for them, it's only an entertainment. That's why Panka Gumate, okay, they are enjoying, or singing the Stotram, they are enjoying. Then, next one, wonderful shlokas. Swargarha Shuranayana Vyagrendra Bhatabha Suram Shurarthalankrutottunga Lokapalakhya Varanam. So, Swarga Arha Shura Anayana Vyagra. Swarga Arha, those who deserve to be in the Swarga. Such Shura Anayana, to bring them Vyagra, very busily engaged Bhatabhasuram, the powerful, the Devaloka Bhattas also are there, who are there to take the Suravira who are worthy of going to Swarga after that Yuddha and getting killed there. Then Shurartha Alankrita Uttunga Lokapalakhya Varanam. Shura Artha, Shuronke Liye. Artha means for the sake of. The Shuravira who are going to die in the Yuddha, Shurartha, for their sake, Alankrita Uttunga Lokapalakhya Varanam. So, Lokapala Akhya Varana means like the Indras, Airavata, etc., or Uchchaishravasa, etc., such great elephants and chariots are very beautifully alankrita, decorated and kept ready for the sake of Shurartha, the Shuraviras, to carry them to different abodes. So VIPs, 200 are coming from flight. So 200 cars will come to take each of them to different 7-star, 5-star hotels, different places. In that way. So all of that युद्ध प्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर में ये सब दिख रहा है उनको. देन आगच्छ शूर सन्मानोन्मुख गंधर्व चारणम शूरोन्मुखामरस्त्रैण कटाक्षेक्षित सद्भटम. आगच्छत शूर सन्मान. Agachat means आने वाले. Shura, the Shuravira. Sanmana, to do the Sanmana to them. Unmukha, ready with all the welcoming plates, etc. Are the Gandharva Charanam. Some appointed Gandharva and Charanas are with all the items readily kept to do the welcome of the Shuras. That is a different scene. Then Shura Unmukha Amarastraina Kataksha Ikshita Sadvatam. So Shura Unmukha Amarastraina. There are Amara means Devaloka, Straina means three. Unmukha, they are towards facing Shura. To see them, Kataksha Ikshita Sadvatam, there are the three ganas watching at the Sadvatas, Some of them who already died, they are being received by them. That also seen there. Then, wonderful. Veera Dordanda Kashesha Lampatastri Ganakaram Shuklena Shura Yashasa Chandrikruta Divakaram. Shuklena Shura Yashasa, with the most bright, brilliant yashas of the Shura Veeras who have powerfully, valorously fought in that war. Their light is so powerful, brightness, brilliance, that Chandrikruta Divakaram, it is making Surya Bhagavan's light heat also as cool as Chandra. Means their brightness, brilliance is so much that the Surya Tejaha Kanti also is getting reduced, means appearing to be less. So too, Veera Dordandaka Ashesha Lampata Stri Ganakara. There are so many Stris who are Lampata, desirous of Dordanda, having the embrace of the Veera after that Yuddha. And nothing new to you. You all know that. Given that VVVIPs come, how many people are there? कोई सेल्फी लेना चाहते हैं, कोई ऑटोग्राफ लेना चाहते हैं, कोई शेक हैंड करना चाहते हैं, isn't it? कोई फूल माला पहनाते हैं, कोई other gifts they give, isn't it? Some people expect them to look at, when the VIPs happen, same thing you can imagine, nothing new. So hereafter also that things happen. That's why sometimes we give that example that when you have come onto the playground, hit century, make the team win. When you go back in the pavilion, they should welcome you. Standing ovation. कहते हैं उसको. In the same way, live life fully well so beautifully that when we leave this Sharira, there are so many welcoming us, greeting us, extending the congratulations, etc. Also the gratitudes for doing well. So this is a very good thought. If really it is there in us, of course we have to be so much matured and highly thinking, pure-hearted people. If that is there as the prompting thing to us, as today morning we saw in our common sense thought, out of the 7 ways of lifestyle, first, second, third, fourth, those things we will live. You know? Like when you land in any of the city, 100 people come to welcome you. How nice it looks like. But that comes when you earn that name and fame. And the other option also is there. What is the technical word in English? I don't know. The criminal of India in some other country, the country is requested and then they have deported or whatever you call. The moment he lands, 100 police are there to catch him. Not the people to receive with garlands, but the police to catch with hatkadi. क्या चाहिए आपको? In the same way, having left the Sharira, there these arrangements are there. And we live a very simple, ordinary, wretched, third class life, doing nothing conscious, constructive, creative. ऐसे भैंस की तरह जी के मरे तो अनदर भैंस को ले जाने वाला विल कम व्हेन वी डाई. ले जाए इस भैंस को. He will be put here and there. We will be. Think about all this. And remember, though the Brahmanubhuti is the highest, in fact, after talking about it, I should not talk anything else. And yet, for a change, living a higher divine life of all values, charities, yajna, upasanas, and leading as a result of that toward the higher world is also better than the lazy life, isn't it? That doesn't mean we are recommending it. We recommend always Aham Brahmasmi only. But sometimes, without doing these charitable, noble activities, selflessly, without getting the purity of the heart, the highest truth, we may not love, we may not understand, we may not be able to pursue and reach it. Maybe that's why in all our Shastras we say, Punya karma karne ko kehte hain, with phalapeksha you do, you go to higher worlds. Without phalapeksha we do, it leads to Antakaran Shuddhi, making us qualified for the Chidakasha Prapti. Next one, having this much is the Yuddha Prekshika Sthitha Ambara Varnanam. हो गया. Now Sri Ramji asks the question. Question is what? Sri Rama Uvacha. राम जी पूछते हैं भगवन शूर शब्देन कीदृशः प्रोच्यते भटः स्वर्गालङ्करणमः कः स्यात् को वा ढिम्बाहवो भवेत्. Nice question. Na? Bhagavan, O Lord, is asking Vasishthaji, Shura Shabdena, by the word Shura, because how many times that Shura word is used in the last 10 shlokas? Isn't it? It started with Shura Grahana, then Pushpa Vrishti Virapurna, then third one is Shura Inayana, then Shura Artha Lankruta, then Shura Sanmana Unmukha, then Shura Unmukha, then Veera Dodanda, then Shura Yashasa. 8 times Shura word used in last 10 shlokas. Naturally, Rama gets a doubt, a question. Ki Bhagavan Shura Shabdena, by the word Shura, Kidrusha Bhataha Prochate, which Bhataha, soldier, is called as Shuravira. Who is called as Shuravira? Question number one. Like in Indian military non-civilian gallantry awards में second highest is Shaurya Chakra, isn't it? Shuravira Chakra. Highest is Paramvira Chakra. After Paramvira, then the Shaurya Chakra. So, who is called Shura Bhataha? What is the definition? Second one, Sarga Alankaranam Kahasyat. Who is the Alankarana? Who is the Abhushana? Who is the adornment? Who is the ornament? Even for the Sarga, for the Swarga. Means he is taken with so much of paraphernalia pomp that he is taken as the Alankarana for the Swarga. Who are they? Matlab, our going anywhere should be a abhushana to that place, not a dark spot. So, Swarga Alankaranam Kahasyat. So, two positive questions are asked. Who is the meaning, what is the meaning of Shuravirata? And who is the Alankara for the Swarga? The negative question, Kova Dhimba Ahavo Bhavet. Who is the Dhimba Ahavaha? Means who are used fighting vain manner in the Yuddha. Who is not the other two? Neither is a Swarga Alankara nor is called as Shuravira. कौन है वो? So Dimba Ahavaha. So Dimba Ahavaha, therefore they don't deserve Swarga Adi higher recognitions having died in the Yuddha. कौन है? Isn't it? Very good questions. Bhagavan Vasishthaji gives very important answers, good for all of us. Shri Vasishtha Uvacha. Vasishthaji answers. Who is real Shura Loka Bhatta? Shura Bhatta. कि शास्त्रोक्ताचारयुक्तस्य प्रभोरर्थेन यो रणे मृतो वात जयीवा स्यात् शूरः शूरलोकभाक्. Unambiguously, in crystal clear words, Vasishtha Bhagavan says, very clear. What is it? Shastra Ukta Achara Yuktasya Prabhoho Arthena. For the sake of that Prabhu, the Raja, who is Shastra Ukta Achara Yuktaha, who is living life, doing everything as given in the Shastras, totally following the Shastras, who has taken the Shastra Pramana for all the Purushartha, for his ruling the kingdom, etc. So, Shastra Ukta Achara Yuktasya Prabhoho Artha. ऐसे प्रभु के लिए जो युद्ध करता है. So the one who is fighting or doing the yuddha for the sake of that king who is living the life according to the Shastras. So Shastrokta Acharya Yuktasya Prabhoho Arthena, for the sake of that Raja. Yah Rane, the one, the Bhata, the Sainika, the soldier in that yuddha, Mrutova Atha Jayiva Syat, whether he is killed in that yuddha or he is victorious, Shuraha, he is called Shura Purusha, Shura Lokabhak, he is the one, while living he will be given all the guarantee great awards. After that, he will go to Shura Lokabhak if he is victorious and alive. And if he dies, immediately he is taken to all those Shura Lokas called as Sargadi Urdhva Uttama Lokas. Therefore, let us not live life, work for Though people who are opposing the Shastras, who are living life against the Shastras, शास्त्रोक्त आचार युक्तस्य प्रभोः अर्थेन यो रणे मृतो वा अथ जयी वा स्यात् सह शूरः शूरलोक भाग. He is called as Shura. Oh, important thought, no? शास्त्रोक्त आचार युक्तस्य प्रभोः अर्थेन. ठीक है. Opposite of it. Anyatha प्राणिकृतांगो राणेयो मृतिमाप्नुयात् ढिम्बाः वहतः प्रोक्तः स नरो नरकास्पदम्. Anyatha. Anyatha means the one who is absolutely living life against the Shastras in a licentious manner as he wants. Such Raja, for his sake, if somebody is fighting and dies in the Yuddha, Timbaha Vahataha, he is fighting and is killed, getting killed or dying. Both of them are of no meaning at all. Sanaraha, that human being, that one who dies fighting for the unrighteous Raja, fighting for the Raja who goes against the Shastras, Narakaspadam, such one will be taken to the Naraka only. देखो मतलब क्या हुआ? I am working very honestly. That is not enough. Then for whom you are working, that also is important. To which department we are working, to which wing of the world you are working. And those departments are people, are the leaders, or the heads. Are they honest or corrupt? If you are serving the corrupt Raja, the corrupt boss, etc., then you also will go to Naraka. You will anyway go, और उनसे पहले you will go. स्पष्ट रूप से दिया है. Therefore, in Yuddha, getting killed, you will not assure one to go to Swarga. Whom are you supporting? That's why in Gita also, this Yuddha you are fighting for Swadharma or Dharma, therefore it is an open gateway for Swarga. Yadruchaya cha upapannam Swargadvaram apavrutam Sukhinah kshatriyaha partha lavante yuddhamidrusham hatova prapsyasi Swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya कृतनिश्चयः. The 35th shloka of second chapter. Then sukha dukkhe same krutva. For whom we are fighting युद्ध. इसे युद्ध की बात हो रही है. बाकी सारा आपको अपने आप ऐड करना है. Either you are employed in a government or in a private firm. Whom are you doing work for? Even somebody is a servant. किसके घर में सेवा कर रहा है? वो धार्मिक है, वो शास्त्र व्यतिरेकी है. Even that work you do, you get a naraka only. Naraka means that type of non-positive result outcome only will come. Very clear. Don't just be serving any negative fellow. Then he will be empowered because of our service and he will do crimes more. Then we become cause. Like in a democratic setup, if we have selected a leader who is corrupt, he will anyway punished. But all the voters who voted for him, he will be also, they will also be punished. You can't say, I don't know. You don't know or not, you voted, he got selected, he is corrupt, वो देश को बेच के खा रहे हो, सनातन धर्म को बेच के नाश कर रहे हो. तो you are the one who voted, you will go to Narak. You have to be very careful. Whom are we supporting? Are we endorsing? Whom are we, helping? Is a very important. अपात्र दानम भी नहीं करना कहते हैं, अपात्र सेवा भी नहीं करना. Then only those people learn that they are apatra and they change themselves. Otherwise, they take it for granted in whatever the way we are, people will support us, let's continue. It's like your own children, grandchildren, they're all stupidity if you support. Then they take you for granted that ऐसा भी जिए तो भी हमारे दादा पापा हेल्प कर रहे हैं, I'll continue. उस गाधे को दो डंडे मार के 2 दिन बिना खाना दिए अंधेरे कमरे में डालो, then he will set right. Do you do that? We allow their nonsense, so it becomes a license to them. It becomes a justification. And why do we do so? Because we too are equally impure and corrupt in our own heart and behavior. Therefore, we don't have the moral courage and strength to set right the children, grandchildren. That's how generations वो ऐसे ही रहते हैं दूसरों को धोखा देने वाले दिस इज हाउ दी गुंडा का बेटा गुंडा होता है गलत व्यापार करने वाले का बेटा गलत वाला होता है and all those jivas are the ones who after death go to naraka. It is written there. Anyatha प्राणिकृतांगः रणे यो मृतिमाप्नुयात् डिम्बाहवहतः प्रोक्तः सह नरः नरकास्पदम्. So his sacrifice in the war, fighting for, doesn't guarantee him Swarga, he'll go to Naraka. Oh, oh. So whether it is fighting Yuddha for, whether it is casting the vote for, electing somebody, endorsing somebody, promoting, we have to be very careful किस काम कर रहे हैं क्या वो बंदा सच्चा है सही है सच्चे दिल से देशभक्त है सनातन धर्म का भक्त है तभी करना वेरी वेरी केयरफुल very we have to be. Don't become lenient in this. Think like many of the only Hindus go to do this, that they become so lenient that they even support the people who are doing the nasha of our own Sanatana Dharma. That is not right. We can't tell them what to do. They have all their crooked, wrong philosophy, the misguided goodness they have. You know, you don't hate anyone, but you can't support also, no? Those are troubling us. विचित्र है हमारे भारत देश में सो very funny now many examples I can give anyways next one अयथा शास्त्र संचार वृत्तेरर्थेन युध्यते यो नरस्तस्य संग्रामे मृतस्य निरयोक्षयः Bhagavan Vaashishthaji wants to be more clear and specific so that Sri Rama doesn't miss out that. He says, Ayatha Shastra Sanchara Vruttehe Arthena Yudhyate Yah Naraha. That Naraha who is doing the Yuddha for the sake of that Raja who is habituated to live the life exactly contrary, opposite to the Shastra. Ayatha Shastra Sanchara Vritti. यथावत शास्त्र के अनुसार उनका संचार या वर्तन नहीं है अयथा शास्त्र संचार वृत्ति अर्थेना उनके लिए युद्धते यो नरहा द ह्यूमन बीइंग सोल्जर मंत्री सेनाध्यक्ष whoever is fighting for his sake स संग्रामे मृतस्य तस्य संग्रामे मृतस्य of that one who dies in that संग्राम युद्ध निरयोक्षयः he will be taken only to the naraka. Mhm. Not knowing this, so many people, for the sake of employment, livelihood, or their own money, bonus, not having the ability to oppose the negativities, atrocities done by their owners or boss or company, they also join. And then they also get the shareholder of the sin there. How you can, I tell you, very funny thing, I don't know whether I am fully right or not, you can correct me. How many of the corruptions, how many of the scams, how many of the adulterations mainly, thousands, lakhs are happening in the country. Our country, let us talk. Now, does not is the owner knowing it or not? Knowing. But is the owner working physically? है ना कोई होटल में कहीं थर्ड या फोर्थ ग्रेड ऑफ द ऑयल यूज कर रहे मानो खाने के लिए और खाना बना विच इज वेरी हार्मफुल वेरी चीप वन और एनी सच थाउजेंड्स ऑफ थिंग्स ओनर को पता बिना करते हैं क्या कोई एंड इज द ओनर फिजिकली वर्किंग नो नो वर्क इज डन विद वर्कर्स एंड डू दे नो इट और नॉट एंड द मोस्ट सैडेस्ट थिंग इज नॉट कि The workers also endorse and support, the owners also get them. एक बंदा भी उसका खिलाफ नहीं बोलता. This type of movies in 70s, 80s, lot of them used to come in every language. एक लैंग्वेज में है तो बाकी कॉपी तो होता था कि ना that owner was doing something wrong and one of the staff workers he goes against. नो नो यू कांट डू दिस, इससे लोगों का नुकसान होता है, ये होता है, वो कहता है तेरे को क्या है, आई विल गिव यू लिटिल मोर मनी, चुप बैठ तू. But the hero doesn't listen. Then he comes out of that organization. Then he puts a case or does something and sees to it that the villain is caught by the police. Nowadays, no such individual. एक ही होता था उन दिनों में सिनेमा में हीरो, वो एक भी नहीं है अब. That's the फर्क. All are cooperating. जहाँ कभी मिलावट हो रहे हैं क्या लोगों को नहीं पता. Every day you listen to the milk scams, the ghee scams, the मिठाइयों के scams, चावल का scam, चीनी, everything is adulterated, isn't it? We use the word majburi. अरे मर जाओ, but don't do the negative. If everybody working for that man stop working, then that fellow will set right. But he does it because of his own selfishness. And the workers, they say हमें क्या जाना है, हमको सैलरी मिल रहा है, हम करेंगे. Isn't it? All of them are like that. And the third culprit is we only, the consumers. Main culprit तो हम है ना. We have become bhogi, that the amount of consumable goods which are required for us cannot be produced in an honest manner. Therefore, when the demand is more, the things cannot be supplied. What will he do? Today afternoon I saw ये कल का न्यूज था जो मिल्क एडल्ट्रेशन वाला. Everybody of milk production unit are seated there. Then each one debates going on. I can't listen to all that. But one person's word is what? When the demand is more of the consumers, supply they cannot do. Naturally, they find the alternative means to produce the things. So who is the culprit here? The one who is the consumer. Because he want to consume so much भोग that उतने तो प्रोड्यूस नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो इसलिए वो मिलावट वाले बनाना ही पड़ रहा है. So this way the consumer also at fault, there the owners also at fault, then the producers, the ones who supply, वो लोग भी fault में. लेकिन हर एक चीज में, isn't it? So many great people, schools, colleges, all the philanthropists or such people have to raise the voice and educate the people. That's why Puja Gurudev's sentence, the standard of living is growing, standard of life is falling down. Standard of living means all physical amenities, computer, all the comforts, etc. are growing. That's called standard of living. But standard of life, substandard हो रहा है. The morals, the ethics, the honesties, they're all gone. So here is the proof to us. अयथा शास्त्र संचार वृत्तेः अर्थेन युध्यते यो नरः तस्य संग्रामे मृतस्य निरयः क्षयः. निरय मीन्स नरक. ही विल बी टेकन टू नरक. तो हमें अपना अकल यूज करना ही पड़ेगा. मैं क्या कर सकता हूं, मैं मेरे बॉस को बोल नहीं सकता, तो यू चेंज द जॉब. You understand? There are some people who are honestly doing. You start in your own way, small thing, honestly. Some people have to start, no? Some sacrifice required. Seeing him, the others also will start. As long as we are habituated to the bhogas, that too coming with less efforts and shortcut, so long the minds will be working in the world in a corrupt manner to misuse this. And that's how the corruption, the negativities prevail in the society. And for such people, after death, narak ki baat to pakka hai hi. While living also, they go through narak. Some results are given here only, definitely. This person, because of the adulteration of so many people's health is spoiled. तो प्रभु तो देख रहे. In other incident, he will see his own son will die in one accident. इसका उसका संबंध अवश्य होता है. तेरा पाप का घड़ा इधर जब फुल हो गया तो उसका इधर रिजल्ट आएगा. His wife will get that, the that paralytic attack. कुछ ना कुछ होता है. वो क्यों हुआ? Because he has done the पाप. Whose connection is what we don't know, but one thing is certain, no? When we do wrong, the result will be wrong. इतना तो पक्का है. Just stop doing the wrong. It's the only way. Otherwise, even fighting in favor of a king who is not following Shastras, who is selfish, who is greedy, aggrandizing for himself, even in that yuddha, if somebody dies, he will be taken to Naraka, my dear, not Swarga. So, in this way, yatha sambhava shastrartha lokacharanu yudhyate tadushashchaiva bhakta shurah sa uchyate. So, yatha sambhava shastrartha loka achara anuvrittiman. So, yatha sambhava means maximum, fully. Making all the possibilities. For what? Shastra Artha Loka Achara Anuvrittiman. The one who himself is doing the Achara exactly according to Shastra and also making his prajas live life according to the Shastra. Yudhyate, for the sake of that king, whoever is fighting. Tadrushtaishaiva Sabhaktaha Shuraha Uchyate. He is called as really Raja Bhakta, Desha Bhakta, Praja Bhakta, and he is called as Shuraha. Here the hint is given to the Raja. Raja himself should be Shastranuvarti. He should make his Praja also Shastranuvarti. For the sake of that Raja, when the service done by people, that they also will be blessed with the higher. They are called Shuravir. Is a युद्ध की बात हो रही है. Not only युद्ध, you may be serving that king for 30-40 years and getting retired. Like government में मैं कर रहा हूँ 40 या 32-33 साल में रिटायर हो जाऊंगा. If I get at the age of 26, by towards 60 I retire. So that 34 years I served. It's not a question of fighting the yuddha and dying. I served. But whom I served is a good department, honest, loyal department, then I am also given punya. Isn't it? If I am working under a person whose production of the things are harmful, detrimental to the praja, I will be also part of that sin. And there are, by all standards, eternally labeled as negative or bad. Any time in history. कहीं कोई cigarette produce कर रहा है, कोई तंबाकू कर रहा है, कोई this all the drugs वगैरह produce कर रहे हैं, the drinks वगैरह. Any time they are negative one. That's it. Don't justify them. नहीं स्वामी जी दारू भी थोड़े में लेने से दवा बनता है और रामा ऐसे लोग अपने डेढ़ दिमाग को यूज करते हैं. People are there to justify it. In fact, the medicines in English called as drugs only. They say. Mhm. When you work, people ask me sometime, स्वामी जी मैं ये वाला कंपनी स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ या दुकान खोल रहा हूँ आशीर्वाद दो. तो सडनली आई वोंट आशीर्वाद और टॉक एनीथिंग. कर क्या रहे हो पहले बताओ. आई हैव टू आस्क. He should tell first of all. I expect that egoless wisdom from anyone who comes to me to tell. Don't tell vaguely, मैं दुकान स्टार्ट करो आशीर्वाद दो. क्या दुकान बताओ. Isn't it? If you say that I am starting a shop having all the puja sambandhi items, I will say tatastu. I myself will come and do the inauguration because that's very noble. And if you tell me, Swamiji, I am starting a slaughterhouse or I am starting a drinking shop, you bless me for, are? I cannot. You justify, I can't do bus. You go and ask somebody who can ready. But it's my livelihood, I will do the job honestly. अरे honesty की बात पहले. First of all, selling क्या, producing that also is wrong. How many thousands and lakhs of families are getting destroyed? Because you are providing them, they are consuming. And they say like that. And you say, because they are consuming, I am providing. Both are misusing the intellect. Basically, is that worthy? Is it required for a human being's dignity? How much of mind and intellect it destroys? Is not one drinking cause for all other subsequent crimes? कोई बंदे को कहा झूठ बोलो, बोला नहीं. कोई बंदे को कहा कि किसी का हाथ पैर तोड़ो, किया नहीं. किसी को कहा कोई जाके चोरी करो, किया नहीं. किसी को कहा उसका मर्डर करो, किया नहीं. And that fellow is given drink. He drank and he did all the four. Think. That is why in our Shastras, the Madhyapanam is the Mula Hetu of all the crimes. How can somebody come and ask me, Swamiji, bless for that? I can't bless. Question ही नहीं है. And all is your justification. If you can do vyapara, if you think that skill you have, investment you can have it for the good work also. कर सकते हो तो अच्छा भी कर सकते हो ना. Maybe profit may be little less. Then that you have to agree to. Isn't it? First of all, the government itself should ban all this. But they get lot of revenue, so they don't care for the destruction of the human beings. By that mere fact, you can understand. In this way, some of the Islamic countries are better, where they officially ban these things. Better in that one aspect. Otherwise, they are Rakshasas in that aspect. But they kill so many animals and eat them. That way, they are Bhayankar. देखो idea is what here? The one Raja who is living life according to Shastra, fight for him, live for him, serve him. You will also get punya. Other way around, papa. Okay. Gorarthe, Brahmanasyarthe, Mitrasyarthe, cha Sanmate. O Sanmati Rama, for the sake of cow, for the sake of Brahmana, for the sake of noble friend. And also Sharanagata, who has come taking you as the refuge, point of refuge or surrender. For his sake, when one fights and dies, he will be a Swarga Bhushanam, an ornament to the Swarga. In this way, 10 more shlokas, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8 more shlokas are there as an answer to the same question. Half of it we saw, remaining more we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam. बोल श्री वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय, रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, वाल्मीकि भगवान की जय, सरस्वती मैया की जय, सब संतन की जय, लीला माता की जय. धन्यवाद. Now we have done yesterday Vakya Vritti. From today Laghu Vakya Vritti we start studying. Please come. Hindi mein hoga wo in 5 minutes.